Hello, everybody. We're back. That sort of worked, but I did it twice. Whatever, I'm doing it twice.
It's twice as nice.
Well, I'm doing the comms on and off sound because I found those.
Ah, cool.
So it sounds Star Trek-y. Because I tried to get it that it did like incoming hail at the beginning of the stream for a bit.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay. We'll dive back in. You guys have entered orbit of the northern hemisphere of a L-class planet that should not be L-class, as far as you know. There's a Federation signal coming from here, from the planet, down below. You haven't quite pinpointed where it is at, what kind of signal is going on, anything about it.
Is it? I'm going to ask: is it a Starfleet signal, or is it just a general Federation signal?
If someone wants to go on communications and roll me a reason engineering.
Vlad, by standing next to it. Oh, never mind.
You're standing around as they got you off the buttons.
Okay.
Casey pushes V away from the chair and sits down.
Yeah, okay.
I detect a little bit of hostility from Williams.
With this decision.
I agree with this decision.
I pout in the corner.
I know, me too.
Casey does not pay any attention to your pouting.
Alright. You managed to clean up the signal a little bit. It does appear to be a Starfleet signal.
Was that, one, just a 1 or 2 needed?
I think it was probably, we'll say it's a 1, so you can have a momentum. I'm being nice.
Okay, so we did get an extra.
Sure.
We have 4 momentum.
Yep.
Yes.
Ensign Gershut, it does appear to be a Starfleet signal, yes.
This will go down fast.
Well, that's good to know. Can we pinpoint where on the planet and what are the conditions around the signal?
I can attempt it. Same roll?
Yeah, because you're getting longer. Alright. Ooh.
Oh, and you forgot to tell us the difficulty.
I did totally forgot to tell you the difficulty. It'll probably just be 1 to get a full sensor sweep.
Okay, then you got a full 6.
You got a full 6 momentum. Can't get any more.
Nope.
Nope.
Gotta start burning that.
Yeah, just gotta remember. Kind of like you punch into the sensors. It seems like there's a little bit of interference in the atmosphere to your sensors. There is a little bit of radiation there, a little bit more than an average planet would be. Nothing completely threatening with the right medications for you folks. If you wanted to do that, you could get a little bit of medication, and you should be down there for a good period of time before you have to worry about it. But it's enough to interfere with your sensors so that you can get a kind of general area where it's at, but you can't detect what's going on there. It seems to be a little farther north. It seems like the environment in that area is cold-ish, but not like frozen like it would have been as a K-class. It's just like, kind of like a little mountainous in that area too. So it seems like the danger that would be to people would be radiation in this area, where you need regular inoculations of some medicines to keep yourself from succumbing to its effects. A low-lying radiation seems to be just keeping it as an L-class.
Can we tell if there's a safe place to land, or do we need to beam down?
It's pretty mountainous, so beaming down would probably be optimal.
I can do it.
You want to try to land the ship?
Just
I'll
you
say,
beaming
I
down?
could land.
V.
I could land.
Yes, what would you
Might want to
require of
land.
me?
In case there's trouble with the people.
Why don't you 6 beam down then? I'll stay
Let's all
here
do it.
just because I'm probably the most useful at the controls here. As much as you'd be pretty good with your training, I've got a little bit more experience on ships like this. And if you need me, I can probably take care of any problems. You 6 go down, check out what's going on, make an assessment of the situation, see if they need help. I can always beam down supplies.
Do we have anything for radiation?
What would I bring with me since I was hoping?
Is there
to
anything like
collect
a sense motive
You could
check?
probably bring like a basic medical kit kind of thing. You could probably grab each like a medical kit or an engineering kit.
Okay. I want to do that. Can I bring any special meds, or like, is it just the basic stuff?
It's the basic stuff, you know. It's got some
Okay.
things to do for taking care of basic first aid and stuff like that in case of emergency.
Got some Hello Kitty
And
bandages.
we have stuff on the ship, though, to inoculate ourselves before going down.
Sure.
Okay.
Which of you? What? Sure. Yes.
Is there a sense motive check? I'm gonna sense the motive of our.
Sure. It's insight. God. Insight command. Just to judge him, we'll say. Difficulty. I guess I'll roll something of his because it would be versus his technical ability to be deceptive if he's being deceptive.
Against his ability to be cagey.
I actually would be really good at this, but I trust him.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I trust you.
He won't let me land the ship. I'm suspicious.
Okay.
Derailing the story.
I discovered the bad guy. It was
I feel bad for Tansis now.
No, I'm doing something. Okay.
Okay.
No, he seems perfectly fine.
okay.
Let me put it this way. He's an NPC. He rolled a complication. I spent threat to get rid of that, because I did not want him sounding cagey. He doesn't sound cagey. The complication would have made him sound cagey. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. GM's just going to
No
spend...
muffins? Come on.
GM's just going to spend some threat and not make your Denoblian paranoid unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job getting rid of some threat.
Am I allowed? Okay, am I allowed to bring some like herbs for this? Because like I got some herbs that can help deal with radiation.
There is no
'cause
herbs
kinda
that were
my
like
shtick.
that.
Wait, yeah, there are. There's wheatgrass. It helps with radiation.
What?
We'd have stuff a
does.
lot better than wheatgrass.
Yeah,
Alright,
you got medicines.
I'm an herbologist. Like
Yes.
that's my thing.
Yes, you
That's my
study
meds.
herbs to develop new medications as part of that. You don't use the herbs themselves. You use
Alright,
science to
alright.
develed the medication.
I mean,
enough.
that would,
As the
you
resident
could if
science
we were in an
officer,
Who's,
I would suggest you use these shots right here.
you can use a hypo spray. Who's got medicine to get together that stuff?
I have a
I
medicine.
I got
medicine.
I have a 2.
I have a 2.
Ensign V does have a pretty good medicine. Also,
I'm
Ensign
ripped for
Williams
medicine.
does. Both of you do, apparently. You both have medicines of 4.
And Williams is taking whatever medical supplies we can. In addition,
I'll just hold out my arm, like, for whoever wants to inject whatever I need for going down.
I mean, both of you could, like, do it. So I guess both of you could roll me
One could assist the other.
control
Will you what?
medicine, I'd assume.
control medicine. That sounds good.
All
Both
right,
of you can roll that
I'm
for
rolling.
me.
Or is one
Daring
assisting
medicine.
the other, or they?
No, they're both doing the job. They're both helping
okay.
out.
No, I want to do it too. I want to help too.
Oh, you're just gonna shoot up a couple of people also?
Oh my god!
I don't want her shooting me up. Nope.
She's not touching me.
I'm inoculating myself.
I'm
Let's
immaculate.
hey, I'm gonna claim spend a momentum to get rid of that complication.
It is
Okay.
a complication.
Who's she
Yeah.
injecting?
Not me.
Not
me.
herself.
Herself.
She's trying to do
No, no,
herself,
no.
and she's like,
She
Yeah,
just
we're
can't
using
find the
I'm
correct
just saying, we're using
materials.
momentum to get rid of that
She's
complication.
trying to like
Yeah,
look
I
through.
agree.
complication.
I agree.
It's more that Ensign Sabine is looking through her med kit, and it turns out the medical kit that she has does not
Didn't
have
have
the
one.
they don't have the proper material for that one. It's
she just injects herself with like a ton of adrenaline inside, and she's
So-
like, let's go!
Did we spend a momentum or
using
not?
momentum, so that
We
doesn't
did.
happen.
use some momentum to prevent the
Yeah,
We did.
complication,
So we're at 5.
which would have been funnier. But I accept that you want to like reduce that and not have
Yeah.
it have funny.
And we have
There
plenty
are
right
certain-
now.
Yeah, there are certain things, such as injections.
Well, and the
which I feel
Alright,
like
so
complications can be
We're
really
all
bad.
inoculated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how I failed so
Um,
horribly.
Can I
Now,
tell
you
Williams
did-
that I want to get back?
But
on
that's the
right
thing is,
foot?
yes, you did fail handedly because you have a 15 you had to roll equal to or below, and you still failed. That's really, really, wow.
I am going to, but Lieutenant Commander, is there any chance that the radiation down there interfere with teleportation, should we take any pattern enhancers down with us?
Good idea. Grab a couple of pattern enhancers. I believe there's some in storage. Take them with you when you beam down, just in case they need it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, do we have a spare phaser?
Unfortunately, no. We
all have ours.
We all have their Type 1 phasers.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I also have unarmed strike for punching.
Yes, you can
We all
punch a
do.
dude. Mm-hmm.
For
Yep.
punching.
You can just, like, punch a dude if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I guess, good. Sure.
It just knocks them down, though, because it doesn't... It's not lethal.
That's fine.
Unless you took
Slow.
mean right hook.
Casey's going to address
Oh,
the rest
Slaw
of
is
the
being...
crew.
or Slaw is being addressed.
How good is your punch?
5?
5 good.
How do you
I don't
do
know.
that?
5 good.
5 is very good. That's better than either of my attacks.
I don't know how to tell how good it is. 5?
I think it's your security. I think
So
it's
I'll
your,
punch things good.
I think it's like 1 plus your security is punch.
I wasn't asking your.
Punch roll.
Yeah, it is,
I was-
because my security's a 2.
Casey's
And
just
my
going to address
total-
the rest of the crew. How many of you have security training?
Raise his hand.
I think we all have a basic security training area.
I'm a 4.
How many of you
I'm
have
4.
advanced security training?
The 4
I was
would be
I was
advanced.
eligible for being
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
you know,
that
going
like a
down chief
skill?
of security path if I wanted.
It's the discipline. What's your security kind of at?
He's basically asking like how high it is.
Like 4 would be advanced, basically, you could say.
I am advanced.
I'm
I have
advanced.
AP level
I
security.
am mid-level security.
I
have
no
a
focus
2.
in security.
All right, Groznik Gershuth. Sorry, your name's awfully hard to pronounce. You two probably should be behind the rest of us.
Gershuth.
Gershuth. My apologies.
No problem. If it's easier, you can call me by my first name.
I can agree with that.
Sylvek.
Gladly. The two of you behind the rest of us, then.
Can I
Everyone
appeal
ready
to
to beam down?
Williams? Can I appeal to Williams and say, I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. I want things to be better now.
Are you gonna wake me up like that again?
I will never. I thought it was more important, but I guess it wasn't.
Apology accepted.
I give him a hug.
Don't touch me.
Now, I would like to request that we all stick together. It will be safer if we don't split up.
Agreed. We don't know the terrain. We don't know the area. We don't know what life could be down there.
Also, if you would all please set your phasers to stun, and we can
That's the base
get
setting.
down there.
Yeah, that's the base setting. It's a boop, boop, boop. We're not killing people today.
Yeah, but they don't. For some reason on the show, they always say set phasers to stun, even though they should already be there. But
Yeah.
It's to remind people
I
just
think
to make
it's-
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Chances out of game for
you
a
never
second.
know. Someone could have been flicked theirs on accident.
Yeah.
Me.
I have a question.
Sure.
Values.
Yes.
Like I have always. Oh wait, is it? No, it's
if you do something that would be within your values, it's allow you to spend your determination, basically.
okay. That's
or
what
you could
that's what I
challenge
thought.
your values in order to get more determination.
Okay. And what about
Challenge your
talents? Because that's the other thing. Because my talent I have is constantly watching.
Nice.
What does it give you?
Yeah, we don't know what our talents do because they don't list on our sheet. what
yeah,
they are.
they don't.
It's just the name, and you can't click on it to give you information.
I took a picture of each of my
Yeah, I
palettes,
wrote down
so
all the extra information.
I
for mine.
forgot to
I
too.
did not
It will be
know.
on the PDF if you save the PDF.
Oh,
I thought I
okay.
did, but
I
don't-
did. Give me a
couldn't find it.
second.
For those of you
though,
that
safety in numbers is my is one of my values, which is why I brought that up.
yes, you feel like it's necessary for you guys to stick together in a tough situation like this.
My PDF does not say what Resolute does. It just says Resolute.
Resolute. Oh, that's the human one, isn't
It's a
it?
human one.
That you
Yeah.
get 3 stress extra. Basically, you have 3 extra hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you get for being. That was your human trait. 3 extra
Yeah,
I
hit
don't-
points.
I
Mine,
don't know what any of
mine
that.
doesn't say it on my sheet what it is.
But I'm sorry, it's not hit points.
I have
It's
to look it up.
stress because it's your ability to like avoid taking damage and stuff, and until you get injury.
Skillfully dodge the shots.
Uh huh. It's only a flesh wound.
Mm-hmm.
I
Alright,
gotta
so
look
you all
mine
ready?
up. I don't know it.
I was born ready.
Okay. The 6 of you beam down to the surface of the planet. You beam into a small clearing that is kind of like rocky ground. You can see that there's some mountains nearby. There's kind of like a very light kind of snow falling, but none sticking to the ground. So it's kind of like, I would say, like temperature-wise, I'd probably be bad at this Celsius, but Fahrenheit would be like 40-ish degrees. So it's above freezing by a little bit. But like the air above you is probably cold enough for snow to come down, like up in the mountains, and it's just you're down in this like kind of slightly warmer area that's kind of coming down.
Okay.
So some feels chilly, and your uniforms are enough to like keep you warm for a bit here. But it does feel like
Casey,
there's like higher up in the mountains, there's like a harsh storm coming on.
Should we like huddle up for warmth or something?
You can always go back to ship if you get cold.
Casey will pull his tricorder out and see if he can figure out what direction the signal's in.
Okay. Give me an engineering insight.
Does a tricorder count as a computer?
No.
Okay.
Because there's actually computers.
Alright, there we go.
Okay, got a success. It was difficulty one to try to get it. You can detect the signal seems to be coming from, like, you point in a direction, you're like, I think the signal seems to be coming from that way.
Who wants to lead?
I'll lead. I don't care.
Well, I actually want to look around the area too, because by constantly watching actually allows me to attempt a task to detect danger or hidden enemies, reduce the difficulty by 1.
Okay, so I guess for you, you would roll a, let's see here, insight security.
Okay.
And I guess difficulty 0 technically for you. Oh, yeah. We'll be against something. Well, you got 3 successes, so whatever it
We're
would be.
back to max momentum.
Sweet.
I'll let you know you technically were at max momentum because I was wrong. It's not that you trade momentum to get rid of complications. It's you give me threat.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
So you give me something for later on instead of right away.
Uh-oh.
But threat
I
is
like
less.
that.
Threat is not as bad as momentum. Or threat is not as bad as complications. Pretty much usually.
So do I detect anything?
No. It seems that this place is clear. You see no signs of any kind of humanoid life in this area, at least.
Okay.
Threat is basically just momentum for the GM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Benson Salal, lead the way.
Alrighty. I will start heading in the direction they are.
You kind of go down what could be almost called a path, but it's like just a kind of area, kind of up in this mountainous region, through some rocks and stuff. So there's kind of like rock faces and boulders around the area, and you'll lead the team forward for a little while, kind of like as Ensign Williams is behind you, kind of like got the tricorder out, keeping up with the signal. As all of you are kind of like enjoying a little bit of the snowfall. It's kind of bitter, kind of stinging at you.
I'm not enjoying it at all. I like hot planets.
That's true. You are of 2 races that tend to come from hotter worlds.
Yeah. I am not enjoying this.
Yes. Klingons come from more of a are they kind of more tropical? I thought a little bit more.
It's more of a tropical world, and
Vulcans are
come
from a desert planet.
So I am not enjoying the cold.
Nope. You come around a corner, and you can see a ship that seems to be half buried under some kind of rock slide. It seems to be a small class of Federation ship.
Okay.
Should we like pull out the blasters and start breaking the rocks so we can get it to the ship?
Well, I would.
Or is the entrance covered by it?
Yeah.
Is it, what kind of ship is it?
Um,
Like a shuttlecraft,
it looks a lot like
like
a runabout, just like yours.
Okay.
Let's go in.
Do we see the entrance or a door that we can
There
get
does seem to
into,
be a
or-
door. It's got some like rocks in the way of it. You can
I'll
probably
move
clear
some
them out.
rocks.
Yeah. Well, can we do like a sweep around the ship first, just to see if there's anything?
There,
maybe on
it
the
kind
other
of goes
side?
up to like a kind of cliff, like mountainside behind it, so it's almost like it kind of crashed into the side there, maybe.
Oh, and then like slid down.
Or it could have landed here and a rock slide covered it. It's hard to tell
Okay.
which would have been. You know, it could have landed next to the wall too. You're not sure how long it's been here though. But
Do we have a way of seeing if the signal is coming from that ship?
it does seem to be coming from that ship, from what the Ensign Williams' tricorder saying.
Okay.
Can we scan for life forms if there's anything surviving in there?
Sure. Someone wants to give me a tricorder scan of, let's say, insight and for life forms. Let's say insight science. Detect life forms.
I'm pretty good at that.
I can do that.
I would say, I'm probably scanning for like looking for things.
What do you want to kind of scan for?
You
What
know
do you kind
what? Just
With
because
my
we have so
eyeballs.
much, I'm gonna use momentum.
of? Okay.
No, we gotta save it.
We have 6, don't we?
We're not any. Oh yeah, I guess so.
Difficulty. Let's see, life forms. Just difficulty 1 for you then, Worm. If you're just gonna take a visual scan of the area, just you can give me a let's see here for you. I really should have keep a chart of these attributes and things.
Probably insight something.
Yeah, insight. Of a general area, we'll just say insight security. You're kind of scanning the general area, just
Okay.
for what kind of things are around, possible dangers and stuff like that. All right. There seems to be no life signs in there, at least as of right now. You're actually not getting any life signs in the nearby area from your tricorder.
And this is just my visual.
Yeah,
scan.
you're kind of like taking a look around. Yeah, it's hard to tell like how these rocks fell on this thing, but it does look like it's been covered here since however long it's been here.
I get impatient, pull out my blaster, and start breaking the rocks. Am I allowed to do that? Can I do that?
You could also try just moving them.
I think moving
All
them.
right, I'll
would
do
be-
it.
I will help move some rocks as well.
I mean, if they're big enough, you could probably phaser them. Like if they're ones that doesn't look like anybody could move.
Does the phaser have limited ammo?
No, it's a laser pistol kind of thing. It shoots beams. It just goes.
It has energy.
It just has energy.
It technically does.
It could
but
run out of
it's on-
energy, but
Yeah, but it's not. It's
Solar
like
powered.
basically not important.
Theoretically,
like
you
it's
will
kind
not
of-
run out. Let me put it that
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
What
it's
about
kind
for
of like-
team building exercise? We all have a practice shooting gallery on the rocks. How about that?
No,
Who's
I
with
think
me?
it's a terrible idea.
No.
Ensign V, perhaps we should complete our mission as quickly as possible should somebody be in danger and needing our assistance.
Yeah.
It's, how
Fair
about
enough.
we all just help move the rock?
All right.
I will
Agreed.
keep.
I just
an eye
wanted to
out.
shoot the rocks.
So, does someone want to roll me
'Cause I'm weak.
fitness plus? Oh God, let's say security. That seems like something that you'd like toughen out a rock with.
I will also help.
I will do it.
Okay.
If
you're helping, you can roll-
say?
I'm gonna say for the same
Physical
thing. Roll the
security?
same thing in this one. Fitness security, same one. If you're helping, just roll 1 dice and add it to the primary person's. No, you know what? You can roll the same dice pool. You're both like roll an extra one then.
Yeah,
because-
we're both like moving rocks.
The main reason I want to help is because I have a special. I basically have a talent where if I help or someone helps me, basically we remove 1 complication. So we have like
Okay.
a free complication.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Uh.
you technically just get a full roll, but you count as working together basically to move the rock.
Yeah.
So
I
roll
just
one
wanna make
more.
sure that that's a thing.
So go ahead and roll 1 more, and then Umber, you got
Okay.
1. Worm got 1. Okay. Okay, with 2 successes, you manage to not like you try to drop the rock onto its side, so it's kind of out of the way.
Clunk.
Yeah.
And then the door is just there.
The door is just there.
Open, closed,
It's
busted open, kicked in.
It's actually open,
It's a job.
and you can see that there seems to be some kind of damage to the door.
Boot damage or phaser damage?
You don't recognize it as phaser damage or boot
Just like
damage.
kicked it open.
No, you don't
Wait,
recognize it as
why?
like. And, like, you have not seen damage like this before. You're not sure what happened to it.
Can we
so it's
analyze
not
it with the
rock
tricorders?
Sure.
Ha!
While they're doing that, can I actually... What's the communicator do? Can I, like, open up a broadcast and be like, is anybody around there to, like, a short range?
You could do like a short range hailing frequency, yeah. Try to, like, contact people. You can try to open that up. As for the scanning the damage, it would be, let's see here, we'll say, reason security to analyze damage here.
Damage analyzed.
All right.
We're back up to 6, right? Or not?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Before you roll that, I think this damage would be difficulty 3, actually. And put that
Oh,
way.
so you'll have to
So we
spend
might
it.
want to spend momentum.
Yes.
So
We
basically,
have
add
a momentum to spend.
I will spend a
by your
momentum.
2.
So we're now at 4?
So you're gonna roll 3 dice.
Yes. Do you want me to redo the entire roll?
Yes. Please redo the entire
Okay.
roll for me. Thank you.
Can anyone assist with
I would
it?
suggest
No, because you're just using the
Yeah, I would
tricorder. Yeah.
I would suggest rolling 4 just to make sure.
That would take us down to 2 momentum.
That will take us down to 3.
No,
No.
because it's
No.
2.
Next one costs 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it-
it's exponentially.
Yeah. So that's why
Okay.
to get all 5 dice, if you're using straight momentum, you'd have to use 6 momentum.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
While everyone's doing
I-
that, could I, like, collect samples of, like, the soil and ground because I would like to figure out eventually what happened to the planet?
Sure. That's a perfectly fine
Wait,
thing to do.
you
You can
have-
be doing that.
You have the we all have the skill untapped potential, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, then go ahead and use momentum because what that does is it makes it so you can actually get more momentum by using momentum.
Oh.
Does it?
All right. I don't know how it works,
yeah,
but fine.
you
I'm spending.
Basically, you roll a challenge die, and you gain. Well, it's a risk, but you gain momentum equal to a number rolled, or you gain a threat if the effect symbol.
Whenever you succeed a task in which they use more or more dice with momentum or threat, they roll a challenge dice. The character sees bonus momentum equal to the roll on the challenge dice and adds 1 point to the threat, and if effect is rolled.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll 4 dice then,
Okay.
and we'll roll this again.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. So we get
Nice.
1 back natively.
Yep. And roll me a 1 challenge dice then.
1 challenge dice.
Okay.
It is 0,
Okay.
so nothing happens.
Okay.
All right.
It's just something to remember that like we all have that. So
Yeah.
if you want to use some momentum, it might be nice just to like be like, okay, well maybe we could take a risk, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. It seems that some kind of high energy something pierced the door, like cut through it, like a high energy beam or weapon of some kind. It seems to be like almost like a cut breaking through part of the door, but caused it to break open.
Is it able to tell me if it's like a hand-based weapon or a ship-based weapon?
Unfortunately, like there's no energy signature left over on here.
Okay.
So, which
Just
yeah.
Okay.
But analyzing it, you notice something very strange. The door here is 1,000 years old.
It's pretty old.
This is impossible.
What did you
Yeah.
find?
This door is thousands of years old. Well, 8,000 years old. This ship is
Federation
from.
hasn't-
This ship is from the 20.
Runabout
third-
class ships like this one, like the one that you have, are like in the last couple of years they've come out.
Hmm.
They're very new.
So, hold up. Is it the whole ship is old or just the door?
If you continue your using the same scan as you, if you go over the ship. Yes.
Having seen this, I'm gonna
Yeah.
scan the rest of the ship.
Oh, and Ensign Sabine, just quickly, because you are collecting soil samples, roll me a reason science check just to collect some successful samples, please. Difficulty 1. Something quick and simple.
Science and
Reason.
And I wanted to just open up a general communication saying.
That's fine. You can just
Does
do
anybody
that.
need assistance?
Okay. Okay.
You're not supposed to eat the samples.
Do you want to cancel that? Do you want to cancel that complication, or just leave it for me?
I say leave it. It's just dirt. What harm could it have?
well, the thing is, maybe
There
the
is
dirt
radiation.
has some answers.
Remember, complication
Very
is not
small.
necessarily an instant
Horrible.
failure. It's just
Yeah,
something.
It's just something down the line. Maybe
I say leave
collected
it.
It's
a
used-
weird.
Well, it
Just
could be
Infectious
like-
disease, and I got it. I'm covered. We're covered.
Yeah, basically, it could be like you pick up a rock and get stunned by a scorpion or something, you know?
Something's going on. You're not sure what it is. We're leaving that complication for me to use on you later. Anyway.
Oh,
All right.
complications aren't right away. I thought they were complications right.
She created a complication, but the effect of that complication might not be seen right away because you
I
don't know
could
what it
scan
did.
that soil years from now and be like,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's effectively,
sentient,
think of
and
it
it's
like
gonna eat us.
if you're piloting and you make a complication, it could create an error in the piloting thing that you might not notice until you try to do another maneuver, and all of a sudden it's more difficult because you damaged something and you didn't know about it before. Sometimes it's easily noticed.
Okay.
Other times, not so much.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the entire ship
I
seems
say
to be
complications are fun.
the same age.
maybe something got into my sample vials. I don't know.
This is all. This isn't possible.
What
the
about
entire ship is 1,000 years old.
Could have it
Oh, that might
maybe
that might
traveled through
explain it.
time somehow?
Preposterous. Time travel doesn't exist.
There's a whole
Yes,
department that looks
does.
into it.
There's been problems with time travel a lot.
like,
That
"Done."
was- I thought that was new canon that they did that.
No, there's a whole department that investigates time
travel
incidents.
incidents are very bad and happen way too often.
Yeah.
But guess
I have
what?
somehow entirely missed that.
They happened since the original series.
Yes, they
Really?
did a lot in the original series, surprisingly. And then they did a bunch in Next Gen, too.
Next
and,
Gen.
And Voyager
Next
did a
Gen,
bunch.
they went back and met Mark Twain.
They did go back and meet Mark Twain.
And heck, the original movies, their one mission was to go back in time to get a whale.
Because whales were extinct in the 24th century.
To be fair, I didn't watch any of the old movies.
Yeah.
Just the shows.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
So no, it is definitely a thing.
And yes, it seems this ship underwent some sort of temporal anomaly.
That's
We're
actually
still
the
at the
exactly way it
door
would
of
have
the
been
ship,
described.
right?
What? You're
We're
still
near
at the door of the ship.
right?
It's open.
Can we
you
go
gotta-
in?
You sure? You go in.
Please.
Okay.
I want to go in. I go in
Alright.
first.
Okay. It's dark in there.
Do we have a flashlight?
I have a quick question. Would to the people that would know, and I don't know if I might be one of them, but would a ship that has gone through the time problem, would that cause changes on the planet? Could that
Maybe
somehow affect the
it
planet?
could be tachyon radiation.
You haven't scanned for tachyon radiation.
We haven't thought to.
Indeed. Fortunately, we just did.
In engineering kit, there should be some kind of flashlight you can get out and take a look around. It's just like a look around. Lee, it just looks like a standard runabout, like the back kind of area you're kind of in right now.
Okay.
I will try to scan for tachyon radiation.
Okay, sure.
Well, if the
Um,
ship has been here for 1,000 or so years, I don't know if the people on the ship are still alive or not.
Probably not. But
What
we
if,
might
for
we might be able to recover logs.
True.
Okay.
What do you need from me for a roll?
Give me for just scanning on tachyon admissions. It's going to be science, and I think
Okay.
this time it will be let's say reason science for tachyon missions.
Is there a way to check what the quality of the ship engine is? Like, is it warp 6, 7, 8?
Yes, you could go inside and probably investigate it. You'd have to get into the engines and stuff.
Okay.
Would any of my
Check to
focuses
see.
apply?
What are your
Maybe
focuses?
Starfleet protocols, rational thought.
I'd say...
Since I'm using reason.
Nah, you're just kind of scanning for tachyons right now. That's not really that big.
Okay.
Difficulty, we'll say 1, just for standard use with tricorder, for seeing if you pick up some tachyons in the nearby
Well,
area.
that gives me a whopping 11.
But you will get 3 successes.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're back up to 6 momentum.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you kind of like kind of scan the area. No, there doesn't seem to be any tachyon missions nearby.
Okay.
This is why I'm not worried about using momentum.
Alright.
Though I will tell you, while you're running this, you do realize that if you wanted to look in a larger area, you could maybe get the runabout in the atmosphere to try to scan the area for tachyon emissions. If it's because you don't know where in the area it would have been. It could not.
Right.
The tricorder only has a short range.
In that case, I will
Contact him. Okay.
contact our
So
commander.
who's checking out the engines then, since that was suggested?
I can. I actually have the expertise. I have actually the knowledge too.
I do
And-
as well as replicator, or transporters and replicators, and then shipboard tactical systems.
Yeah.
Are my focus.
Casey says, Sloan and Groznik, would you please follow V and make sure he doesn't get into any trouble?
What's that supposed to mean?
Because I have focuses in both reverse engineering and propulsion systems.
Because the thing is, it doesn't look like the computer's on right now anyway, so someone could try to get the computer up and running.
Give it a good kick.
Well,
Can
you
I
might need to
try
get
that?
the power going. This is probably the first thing, which would be engines.
I have power systems.
Is there a med bay?
It's your ship. It's like your ship because they're kind of a standard class, pretty well the runabouts.
Is
except
it
for
our
the
ship?
engines. So, not really.
Okay. What about the beds?
You can check out the rooms if you just want to see if
Are
anybody's
there
in
any toenail clippings?
Yeah, I want to check. I want to check some of the rooms. see if there's
1,000-year-old
any-
toenail clippings.
That's
They
what I'm
were
looking for.
replicated into non-existence. Thank you very much.
Okay, but behind the bed where I was staying, I would have carved my name really small.
You...
Anyway,
Wouldn't let me push buttons, so I had to do something.
Slaw was here.
I mean, let's just start. Is it a dormitory runner? Because I know there's different types of runners.
No, is it a...
The runabout, it does have, it looks to be the exact same class as yours, basically.
And it has a warp 6 engine?
You can make a check for that. Someone could give me
I will-
insight
I will help
engineering.
with that.
I will say
I will help with that because I have
onto
focus.
old damaged engines that are half buried in rock.
Insight and engineering?
I'm gonna say it's a little more difficult, definitely. I'm gonna say it's difficulty 3 for this one. And so it's pretty difficult because it's hard to get at them with them, all the rocks and stuff as you want to disturb everything and the damage to the ship. And it's gonna be a complication of 2. It's a little harder to avoid problems.
Okay.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna help. So
Hold on,
should
I
just
also
roll one die?
have-
Is that-
Yeah,
well, I
your
have power
assist is
systems.
1.
I have power systems and transporters and replicators and shipboard tactical
Since
systems.
you have
so
power
any of those
systems,
help.
I will let you use your focus for this one.
Okay. So focus, yes.
If I have propulsion systems, would that also be?
Yes. For propulsion systems, I would say that would be yes. Also for this one, for you using your focus.
Now, do we want to buy any
Okay.
dice?
That was my next question.
So Worm is giving you success right now.
Okay.
That's good.
And you
I
said
just-
it's
I-
3.
I'm just assisting, so.
Yeah. And it's difficulty 3, and you have 2 dice right now.
Okay. Alright.
So
Do we want to buy? I mean, we can spend
thing
one
is,
and buy
you have to
an
remember,
extra.
that check that Worm made, he's giving you a success already.
I think it would be worth it just to spend 1, at least.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that, and then I get to roll
Down
3.
to 5.
Okay?
I'm going to spend.
And we're back to 6.
You are certainly back to 6, but I have spent some threat, I was going to say, before you rolled that. Because I have plenty, and I was going to share some with you.
So what is... I don't know. I don't understand how the threat works still.
I basically have spent some stuff to... I spent 2 threat to give you a complication.
It's like him spending momentum.
Yep. Except I have a pool of it too, and I'm doing some problems. Okay, you'll be able to get into the engines to analyze them, but it looks like
the wording of this. I'm curious. Sorry, my power. The wording of it. It says the first complication generated is ignored.
For which one? Oh, for the teamwork one.
Parent. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then you can ignore my complication then. I remember your ability and
team dynamics.
Team dynamics. Yeah.
I have it too.
Oh no, mine's called parent figure. It's a racial talent.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But I think it's the same. I think it's the same effect.
Mine's a focus.
Yep. I have to wait till you get one complication, give you a second one. That's what I have to do when you're helping out. Okay. Yes.
Nice.
It seems to be a Warp 6 engine. Now, it's not to say it's the same engine that you have, or that maybe it becomes standard class in runabouts after a certain point in time. Because if it is traveled in time, it could be from your future.
Or it could
The
be
point
ours.
was to determine that, so it's either ours somehow, or it's from the future, because there are no other runabouts that have this engine type.
Nope.
Yep.
I can say that.
Yeah.
In character.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we should try to get the power on, so we can check all the
logs.
records.
Yeah.
I agree.
How does we power? Push buttons.
You engineer types would
shoot
have
it
to
until it works?
restart the the
Warp core.
warp core.
Okay.
Or you could bring down something to temporarily power it, like the hook in from the runabout you have.
Power cells.
Yeah, you could bring down some power cells. You probably have like a couple of them on the runabout. They wouldn't be a permanent thing, but it definitely wouldn't get the engines up and running. But you could definitely get some of the internal systems.
I'm gonna go back outside, and I'm gonna hail up to our runabout.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been talking to the captains,
Yeah.
so you.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah.
He was informing them of
I
like
would
scanning
say-
for tachyons. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would ask him to. I would ask then you to ask the captain how much time has passed.
Okay. He will. He will inform you that.
It's been 6 years.
He'll give you
It's
an
like
amount of
it's been
time.
like an hour.
If you've been on the surface for an hour, it's like been an hour for him. We'll say.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure time, like it wasn't accelerated time, because if
Right.
that happened, we could. Yeah.
Did he have an answer?
He is.
Was he able to scan?
I'm not getting any major tachyon signals, but I am getting some from a nearby area to you. It's maybe a cave or a structure. It's about 2 kilometers southwest of your position. I can't tell. Why do you need to know about tachyons?
We found a ship down here, like ours, that's registering 1,000 years old.
Oh,
It has a warp 6 engine, and it's a runabout.
that's unusual. Well, then a tachyon signature might tell us something if there's some kind of time travel involved in this. I mean, there's other reasons for tachyons to be around, so if it is time traveling, it might not have been here that it occurred. Can you get the power up and running on it?
I believe
now,
they're
sir.
working.
They're already working on it.
Okay. If you need assistance from me, let me know. Do you think you can walk to the site of the tachyon emissions? Or would you need me to beam you over that area? It looks like there's... might be some open areas in that area, but
I think we should be able to walk.
Alright. Well, let me know if you need any more assistance. I'm monitoring for you. I still have a pretty decent lock on you, but
We shouldn't beam over there? Isn't like the radiation a problem?
you got like
We're inoculated.
your
We're
inoculation goes for like 24
That's fair.
hours. So you
Oh,
got,
I didn't know it lasted
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
It was like a 1 hour thing.
Nah, because it's only a class L. It's
You're
like
thinking.
the
yeah,
radiation's pretty low, so that's why I can get like a 24
Also, you're
hour.
thinking like real life current technology. This is like advanced.
It's like-
space technology.
This is like because the
Yeah.
year is which I wrote note of it, which I forgot to say.
There's
It's
20XX.
2369. So
Huh.
like 350 years from now,
Yeah.
got a little better technology, just a little bit better.
Maybe.
Just a little bit better.
Um,
All right.
So who's working on the power? I mean, I can if you guys want me to, or that's I'm in.
I'm waiting
Well,
on y'all to do the
after
power, so that
After I
I
helped you
can.
check the engines, I walked out of there. to
Okay.
help to-
Is there anything at the beds? Any mementos of value?
No, just the rooms seem empty. You don't see any sign of anybody in there. The one thing you do find is strange is one of the rooms, one of the beds,
Is it
the
slow?
like area is just cut. It looks
Cut.
it looks like very similar to the damage to the ship.
Hmm.
Like it's like almost been like burned in half by something.
Yikes.
What
I'm
would
gonna-
it be to start with the power? Working on the power stuff.
Oh, roll me engineering. Let's see here. To get up and running, if you're trying to take your time, I'll say engineering, engineering reason, or you could
Okay.
be engineering daring if you want to try to like just get it going quickly.
No, I mean, we don't feel like we have.
Like the ship
pressing-
does have very low power going on for it.
Okay.
It's like got an emergency power, but it's enough for an emergency beacon basically. Like
Well,
the emergency
what do I
beacon
think
is
the
going.
difficulty would be?
To get full power online. If you're
Well, maybe
taking-
not full. We want enough so that we can access the logs and stuff. Would that be full, or can
You'd
we
have
do...
to turn on the full power if you're turning on the
Okay.
main engine, basically. If not, you'd have the emergency power seems to be tapped because the emergency power is probably running a beacon for who knows how long that for some reason hasn't been picked up. Also, so it's odd.
Don't question it. Shh.
Yeah, sadly, to access the logs, you'd have to turn on the main computer.
Okay. So difficulty what?
We'll say difficulty. It's kind of old engines. We'll say actually difficulty 4. These engines are pretty old and pretty hard, but you think you can get them up and running. But they've got
I do have power systems. As
They are
one of my focus.
damaged. Yes, you do have a focus, but they are damaged too from rock slide.
Well, we have momentum
Other-
to spend.
The other option is to find the file storage and take the logs back up to the runner up top and look at them there.
Well, to be able to access any of the data in the computer system, you still would need to download it, which would require power.
Well, yeah, but they have those like crystal
Chip
as
things.
like a data storage. system.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't.
but you'd have to like
You mean
take
the isolinear chips?
Yeah, isolinear.
They're not technically
The USB drive.
They're not technically that easily to do that. It'd be
Oh, I
a
know
heck
it
of a
would be
lot
easy, I'm just saying
easier.
It's another option.
You'd have to take a lot of them and then sift through a lot of stuff because it'd be like, how much is it we have and how much is it they have, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, no,
So-
it'd be annoying. I'm just saying it's another
Yeah.
option if for some reason we can't get power.
It's true.
I mean,
Maybe we can also get the power cells if we have any.
That's true. Yeah, power cells.
Yeah, because the captain or the lieutenant chief has those in the ship, no?
You haven't asked him.
I do want to say though, I'm gonna pop back in. Why people are working on the power systems? There is some Tachyon missions coming from a cave. I think it might be best to explore that. I think getting up power might take some time, and then retrieving the data.
Okay.
So
well,
I think
whatever
you guys.
has been here for a long time. I think taking the time to see what's going on and see if the logs say anything is actually probably more important.
I'm not saying that it's not. What I'm suggesting is people who are best. Yes, people who are best in engineering continue working on this. The rest of us go and check the cave.
don't like the idea of splitting up.
There does not seem to be any immediate threats here. I am no use to this area.
So
I cannot.
And I
work
would
on-
happily have the rest of you out of our working space. So, Kate,
I'm a man of
Okay.
action.
Don't leave me
and I
with
wanna go to
him.
the
Don't let me
cave.
push buttons.
I want to go
Very
on a
well,
cave
I shall go
journey.
with you.
No. You need at
Go
least
by-
somebody
okay,
who's
you
good
go
with
by-
security as well.
Would you go by Sylvic or Griffith?
I said you could call me which is easier.
Okay, yeah. Very well. I will go with you, Sylvic, so that way you are not alone.
So Sylvic,
Take me with you so I don't have to look
Grosnick,
at them.
and V are heading off in adventure. Sabine, what are you doing?
I want to get my hands on those logs, so I'm
So
going to
waiting for power.
stay.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to wait for them to do power, and then you're going to start sifting through the logs. Sounds good. Okay.
All right.
Why don't we take our second break here as the team splits to do different adventures, and we'll kind of like do some scenes in between the two of them as we kind of switch back and forth. So quick break. If you need bathroom, drink, anything like that, go and do it, and we will see you all here in a second as we disconnect.